Hey everybody, Striders here with another pre-game stats. So starting right along here, we have the red team with Karthus, Shaco, Jayce, Taric, and Graves. And on the blue team, we have a Gragas, Maokai, Ezreal, Yorick, and Sona. So starting right along with the AP carries, Karthus versus Gragas. Karthus has over 600 games played with a 64% win rate. He also mains caster. That means he's going to have a huge knowledge of what to do in that mid lane, as well as do it very, very well with Karthus. The Gragas, he mains AD carry, and he's only played about 30 games with Gragas with a 46% chance of winning. So I am going to give the favor in the red team with that Karthus pick for sure. It's going to be crazy hard for Gragas. Then we can go on to the junglers. We have Shaco with about a little less than 50 games played with the 76% chance of winning versus the Maokai who mains jungle instead of the top lane with about a 56% chance of winning with about 25 games played. Shaco is one of those champions that he's able to snowball the game just because he's such a powerful jungler. He does have quite a few games played with Shaco and a huge win percentage. Going against Maokai, Maokai is also an extremely heavy, gank heavy champion. So he's going to be able to snowball his entire game as well with the possibility. But the only thing is Maokai, he mains jungle, so he probably knows a little bit more about the jungle paths, jungle timing, gank times, and things of that nature. So if we go down to the AD carries, Ezreal versus Graves, Graves has a 54% chance of winning with Graves, and he also mains AD carry, but he has played Graves about 80 times, and that's going to be pretty good. But then again, you look at Ezreal, and Ezreal has 170 games played with a 59% chance of winning. So his win percentage is quite a bit higher, and he has more experience with the champion. He also mains AD carry, so that's going to be a pretty close, evenly matched, but I'm probably going to give the edge to Ezreal on this particular matchup. For supports, we have Sona and Taric. Sona mains support, which is not something you see every day. She's only played Sona, 22 times at a 60% chance of winning, which is pretty strong, actually. And then there's a Taric who mains AD carry with about 30 games played with Taric at a 36% chance of winning. AD carries are usually pretty good at support just because they know what support should be doing a majority of the time, but that's quite a few games played with an extremely low win percentage. So I'm probably going to give the bottom lane to the Sona and Ezreal just because of their win percentages and their experience. So going up to the top, we have Jayce versus Yorick, and Jayce has played only 5 games. Jayce, he does main top lane, so he will have a little bit of an advantage there, but then again, so does Yorick. Yorick has also played him quite a few more times. He has about 40 games played, about 45, with a 66% chance of winning versus Jayce's 60. Again, Jayce is a very powerful champion, but Yorick is extremely hard to get out of lane. So I'm probably going to give that lane to the Yorick. So overall, comparative of all games played with everybody, it doesn't look like there's much inexperience besides the Jayce and possibly the Maokai and the Gragas on these two teams. But there's a lot more games played overall just because of that Karthus. So the red team has about 62.66% chance of winning, and the blue team has a 58.62% chance of winning. So based purely on stats, not including teamwork and team compositions, we're going to have to give this game to the red team. So let's go ahead and get into the game and see what happens. Hey everybody, what's going on? Striders back with another daily high ELO casting, and this should be a very entertaining game. There's going to be a lot of CC, a lot of people flying around. I am a little interested on the Yorick Ezreal pick, because I don't think that combo really goes all that well together, but we'll find out here once, well, now we're in the game. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so on, it looks like Sona's going to start off with their AP AD power chord, which is definitely something important. She's going to charge that up right away. And that's really good for the early game harass. It's going to prevent the other team excuse me, it's basically going to zone the enemy team for the a majority of that early game while she has that up. It's really just going to impact the lane with her extensive amount of poke, because the range on her Hymn of Valor is ridiculously long, like ridiculously long. It's kind of like Heimer's rockets, basically, except it's basically like Heimer's rockets. Ezreal has some really nice long-range poke, which is also going to help. So I'm also a tad bit worried about the Graves and the Taric. But then again, Taric does have that stun help with the initiation, and the quick draw will also help. So basically, red team's a lot of burst, and blue team has a lot of poke as far as bottom lane goes. It'll be really interesting to see who comes up, because a lot of times it kind of tends to go back and forth. It's impossible to say, oh, poke is better than burst, or burst is better than poke, because it's based on positioning. If the positioning of the burst comp is not done properly, or the poke comp is able to work around it and force them out of position, which is what poke comps are supposed to do, then it's going to be really dangerous for the burst comp. But if the burst comp can position themselves properly and do everything that they need to do, it can be extremely dangerous with the poke comp. And since they do have Taric with that, his Shatter is going to provide a lot of defensive maneuvers, also with Graves' passive, the True Grit. So they're going to be really tanky in bottom lane as far as the red team goes. So poke isn't going to do nearly as much. I think they might run out of mana before it becomes a huge issue. And as you can see, Sona did a little bit of damage there, took him down pretty low. And again, that's right when he went into lane. That was nothing else after that. And again, this particular ward is probably the most important ward as a support. Lane ganks have become predominantly big in this recent meta, so this prevents lane ganking entirely. Well, it doesn't prevent it per se, but it reduces the risk immensely. Also, having one in this tri-bush is also the other main ward that you like to have, because that's also very important. Having this Sword Dragon isn't bad, so it'll catch anybody that comes out from blue buff, or anybody who's coming down towards river. The only danger is if they go around the back here to try to go behind Dragon, especially Shaco, since he's a very, very risky, I wouldn't really say risky, but he's a very tricky ganker. He can gank from places that not a lot of people can gank from. Like, he can go right here and deceive and then stay in this bush until his deceive comes back in, and then he can deceive again and then gank in. And blue team will have absolutely no idea that he's there, regardless if they had a ward in that tri-bush or not. So it is going to be very interesting. I'm a little bit worried about the blue team, but again, they are a poke comp going against a Shaco. Shaco has those tricky ganks, but the poke comp is going to enable them to be really far back. Although they're not right now, they're applying a lot of pressure. Looks like they're just kind of doing as much zoning as possible. Ezreal's 20 CS as opposed to Graves' 14. Graves has a huge creep wave here. He might be able to pick some of it up, but he's getting really low on health. So I'm a tad bit worried. Oh, this great stun dazzle shatter combo coming out, and Ezreal almost dies from the tower, getting stunned perfectly right after that auto attack. Perfect job by that Taric. Taric did a wonderful job there. If they can continue to do that to the Ezreal, it's going to be really dangerous. Oh, Shaco coming up now, and now Jayce gets the hammer, knocks him back out of the tower range. Wonderful job. It looks like he was in front of them for that tower shot, though. Let me take another look at that. It looks like when he smashed it with his hammer, let's see. Yeah, he flashed, and he smashed it with the hammer, and he went back. That is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. It has been one of those positioning glitches that's been happening a while, and that's why Vayne has kind of fallen out of favor a little bit. And another Dazzle Shatter combo coming out. Sona's extremely low, gets ignited, and she will go down. Yes, she does go down. Now a teleport coming out from the red team. Ezreal didn't see him until it might have been too late. Great wall coming out. The Arcane Shift is going to save him, though. Great job by Karthus, being able to apply that pressure all over the map. He's not quite level 6, so he wasn't able to just come out with his Requiem, but it was still a very good move on his part. Didn't get the kill. Uh-oh. So now it looks like Karthus is running into, oh my gosh, barely flashes over that wall. And now Shaco's all by himself going against, oh, the Arcane Smash does miss, but he's going against the Gragas and the Maokai, and that's an extremely dangerous combo. oh man, that's just very terrifying. Luckily, Karthus was close enough to this wall that right when the snare expired, he was able to just flash over the wall without even repositioning. So that Twisted Advance was proving to lock him into place a little bit. Unfortunately, Gragas was not level 6, so he wasn't able to blast him away from that wall. Either way, it was still just a perfectly executed play by the blue team. Karthus was just in good position to get out of it if it happened. So overall, just a great job by Karthus. And another gank might be coming up mid. Oh, going on Jayce this time. Yes, it looks like the Twisted Advance with the Arcane Smash is going to get slowed. And now, oh my gosh, the Acceleration Gate coming out gets away with just a little bit of health. And the Sapling is not coming out. Finally, it does come out. So close to dying, but it's not going to be able to catch up to Jayce in time. That extra additional movement speed that Jayce is getting from his abilities really proved to be strong and very unfortunate. Oh, Gragas is now level 6, gets slowed, and now a lot of damage coming out. He does throw out the Body Slam, gets Ignite onto the Karthus. Karthus is not going to go down though, and Shaco's able to ghost up and pick him up. Great job by that Shaco. Really, really solid. Solid play all around. He's where he needs to be when he needs to be there. Yeah, it's not looking good for the blue team so far. Red team has a pretty big advantage. It's going to be about 1,500 gold lead right now. Let's see if we can get back to live real quick. Looks like there's just continuous poking going on down and bottom, which is pretty much expected. Maokai's just kind of tanking the minions right now until Gragas gets back in mid. Just so he doesn't lose any real experience from the tower doing crazy amounts of damage to the minions. And now Taric might go in for another stun Dazzle Shatter combo, which is proving to be really, really good. And yes, it looks like the Dazzle will come out with the Shatter, and a great job from Grace following up with that smoke screen. He is taking quite a bit of damage himself, so I'm a little worried about him. He is able to quick draw away from that. Oh my gosh, the skill shots are not quite hitting Graves exactly where they want him to be. Shaco's coming out. He's right there. He is able to put a lot of damage onto the Sona. Sona's staying in there, and then the Fear coming out. Oh, Graves does go down, but so does Sona, and the Ignite from Ezreal. Oh, expires. He has 21 HP left. Oh my gosh, intense. That was absolutely intense. But wonderful play by the Shaco again. He's just being where he needs to be at all times. He didn't get spotted out by this blue ward, and that was exactly what he wanted. So just great job by him. Getting those early boots of mobility is proving to be extremely powerful for him. He only has a Doran's Blade right now. That is going to give him a little bit of lifesteal, a little bit of attack damage, a little bit of health to survive. Shaco's really squishy, so it's kind of an issue sometimes. Oh, and a great cast coming out from Gragas, and now, oh my gosh, a Twisted Advance with... Oh my gosh, is he going to pick this up? Oh my gosh, he does pick it up. Great shot by Jayce, and now he's turning back onto the Gragas, but that was a mistake. Gragas was able to pick it up with a barrel. Oh my gosh, that explosive cast was perfect onto that Jayce. Perfectly executed. Wonderful play by the Gragas. Jayce was able to turn around in that situation and be able to pick up a kill. Karthus tried to apply some pressure. It didn't look like Jayce was going to get the kill, but turns out he was able to, so great job. Karthus was there for the backup, and you can't really ask for more than that. Now Karthus is pushing mid really, really hard, and so Gragas is going to lose out on quite a bit of experience. He is winning in CS, though, and now Karthus is farming the enemy wraiths, which is going to be really good for him if he continues to do that, especially. And now he's actually coming around from the back. He doesn't want to get spotted out by a potential Tribush ward, so he's... Oh, no, yeah, he is going there. And this is going to be really scary. Taric is also in that bush, and yes, Karthus is signifying to start it up. They are going to go down instantly onto the Sona. Sona uses her ultimate, collateral damage, picking her up. Actually, no, it is a lay waste or the defile from Karthus. Collateral damage was doing so much damage. And now a lot of action going up top. Jayce was able to take down. Oh my gosh, let's see that again. Boom! An ultimate almost taking out the Karthus. Karthus got exhausted just a little bit too late. Now Jayce is really going on with those Phage procs, being able to close the gap. Oh my gosh, the Hammer of Justice is just way too strong. Uh-oh. The boots 5, the boots mobility. Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage, but the Fear doesn't quite go off on the Shaco. Shaco's going to be able to pick up that kill with the 2-shift poison. Now Gragas comes out with the explosive cast, being able to do a lot of damage, and is able to pick up the kill on the Shaco, and he's going to body slam out of there, but is Maokai going to be able to get out? He does. Oh man, that was a perfect flash. Great pickup. Karthus, his Requiem isn't quite up, so he's not going to be able to ult and possibly get a kill. I think his AP is a little bit too low right now when he's not level 11. I don't think it would have done enough damage anyway, but it was just a really good, solid play by the blue team, really turning that fight around. Jayce is going to be picking up. Yes, it looks like he's going to go right onto this Yorick. And Yorick, I've never seen a Yorick have so many problems 1v1 against anybody, so you already refers Jayce is a counter to Yorick. But yeah, I really do commend Jayce for doing such an excellent job. He was able to fend off a 2v1 gank. He did die for it, but he was able to get a kill, and now he's just doing a 1v1. And he's able to do a little... Yorick's actually kind of trying to turn this around as much as possible. But Jayce's skill set just provides so much harass, especially with that acceleration gate shock blast combo. It's a really long range. And now Shaco's coming around from behind. He is stealth, and now Jayce flashes to hammer strike him into turret range, and Shaco does pick up that kill with the backstab passive. Wonderful job by the red team. Once again, great play by Jayce. Wow, this is very impressive. And now a lot of action going on. Someone almost died. I don't know who it was. I don't actually see any blinking red, but I did hear it. Oh, Shaco's coming in. He does see behind. Oh, now he has... The ult from Maokai does go down because Shaco just decides to run straight through once he saw that Maokai was there. He didn't want to get rooted, and he's just going to move along. So this Shaco's doing really good. He's able to know when positioning is... he knows that positioning is very important. And now, oh, great crescendo coming out, hitting two members of the red team. Now a lot of damage going on to Shaco. Ezreal can get his ult off. I don't think it'll take it down, but it would have been really close. Ezreal's ult wasn't even off cooldown, so it didn't really matter. But in the long run, wow. Okay, so let's talk about builds right now. So the Negatron Cloak, really early Negatron Cloak, going down onto this Gragas. So Gragas might be having some issues, but it looks like he's farming really well. Ezreal, it's coming down, doing a lot of damage. Are they going to be able to pick up the Graves? The tower shot does end up picking it up, giving the kill to the Graves. Wonderful job. Graves is at almost no health, and that's super scary. Gragas is now coming around from the back. Yeah, he is pinged off, though. So he ran through this way, and the tower was able to spot him out. Not a big deal. But he knew he wasn't going to be able to get to the Graves in time, so he just decided to not risk it anyway. But yeah, again, like I said, really early Negatron Cloak coming out, but it's clearly doing work, because, oh my gosh, a lot of action going down, a teleport coming out from Karthus. Was able to pick up the Yorick kill and save the Jayce. Jayce is going to sit there and laugh, and now the ultimate from Karthus going off. I don't know what that was intended for. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the ultimate was intended for. I don't know if that was... Oh! So it was a bait. Basically, he ulted, and so that he ensured that nobody would go towards Dragon, I'm assuming. Because I don't think anybody was even close to that low health to have messed that up. But if Karthus just used the Requiem so that Shaco could solo the Dragon, that's a very excellent play on that Karthus' part. He does need that extra gold. Using Requiem, yes, it will be on a really long cooldown, but overall it will help his team more, picking up that Dragon uncontested. They are ahead in kills and quite a bit in gold, so they could have easily won a team fight. They just didn't want to. Karthus's teleport was down, and there's two members top. Jayce was really low, so throwing out that Requiem kind of thwarted them from going for the Dragon, and I think that's really what it was. So wonderful play by the red team. And now Gragas, he also has his blue buff. He is doing ridiculously good. He has 141 creep kills, and he gets that Abyssal Scepter already at 14 minutes in the game. He also has the Cage's Lucky Pick and the Sword Shoes. He's going to be doing a lot of magic penetration damage. And as you can see, Karthus only has 44 magic resist. And Gragas, if he has the runes and masteries, oh my gosh, another great initiation onto that Yorick. Being able to barely tower dive him, but picking up the kill at the same time. And it looks like there was a kill down bot. We'll see them both at the same time here. Yorick comes out. Yes, the Shock Blast landing. He does get the Hammer Smash. Yes, it's going to be able to pick him off really easily. And, oh yeah, wow, the kills must have happened at pretty much the same time. Okay, so Sona's coming in. I'm assuming she's going to get dazzled and shattered on. Dazzle coming out, yes, with the Radiance doing a lot of damage, the collateral damage following up with that kill. Absolute insane damage, but the red team already has control over. Oh my gosh, Gragas is able to pick up the kill really easily on top, it seems. He does have the spam of his belly flop. He does land the barrel really, really close. And a great job. Is he going to flash belly slam? Yes, he is. And a great job by Gragas being able to do that. He just flashed and did his belly fat man charge and threw the barrel and let Jayce run right into it. Jayce kind of saved him a little bit from tower shots by knocking him out of the tower. In the meantime, red does take the first bottom tower. Wonderful job. And now, oh my gosh, that was really scary. So the blue team knows that the red team is here now, especially because he just saw the Taric go up to the red buff. So it's a little worrisome. Red team is pinging down river now, which I'm not exactly sure why, because I don't see anything going on. Looks like he is going to get it. Oh my gosh, Karthus is going to come in. Oh my gosh, Gragas did a lot of damage to that Taric, almost instantly killed him. And now Karthus follows the Gragas with the flash. And, oh yes, Jayce picks it up with the Shock Blast. And now Yorick's coming in as much as possible. Karthus goes into zombie mode, and now he's going to throw out his ultimate. He actually does not throw down Requiem, which is a little surprising. Jayce is still stalking down, misses the Shock Blast. Sona's able to do a couple auras to help him survive. And now, oh my gosh, the Bucks almost killed him out. Graves ends up going down. Sona picks up the kill, but now a huge amount of damage going off onto the Sona. I don't know if she's going to be able to get out of this, but Jayce doing a really great job. Yes, he does, even when he's exhausted. Oh, and a flash coming, followed up by the auto attack with the red buff, and that was going to be an ace at the very last millisecond. Taric just respawned. Wonderful job by the blue team, being able to turn that fight around. They really need to continue to keep this up. It seems like they have a very powerful team fight composition. They just need to keep at it. If they really do hold on to that, I think the Requiem would have definitely decided that fight. It was off cooldown, so again, I'm not exactly sure why that didn't go off, but might have been saving it. Might have been on cooldown when he first tried to do it, and then noticed it was on cooldown, but didn't realize it was only like a 1 second left type of thing. I'm not exactly sure. But Gragas, again, just doing so much damage to everything. He's 168 CS. Oh, and now Yorick is getting initiated on it once again from the team of Shaco. Gets feared by the box, and Jayce and Shaco are able to clean that up without any problems whatsoever. And they're probably going to push down this top tower and just take it for funsies. The dragon should be spawning relatively soon, so I would expect them to take this top tower and then go recall and pretty much go directly back. Oh no, now Maokai goes on to the Taric, slows him down a lot with that red buff. And Graves is trying to fend them off. Karthus comes out, and the ult from Ezreal misses everybody on the red team. But now, oh my gosh, Taric's so close to dying, and Karthus is doing as much damage as he can. He doesn't have enough to clean that up with the ultimate. Gragas is coming in with the body slam, is able to do a lot of damage. Ezreal is able to pick that up. Actually, Gragas picked that up, and now the Requiem coming out. Is it going to kill him? No, it does not. But the two-ship poison from Shaco. Ezreal was not paying attention there, and the Twisted Advance coming out, able to CC the Graves for just a little bit of time. Two-ship poison once again, slowing down so that Graves could pick it up with the smoke shield. Smoke screen, sorry. Oh, and that's just insane. Red team is really taking advantage of the blue team right now. Jayce is going to be retreating here a little bit. He does have Ezreal. Looks like he's going towards that Trinity Force. He's pretty close to getting it. And now at this point, let's see who is doing really good. So 7,800 gold coming out from the Gragas, and that's a ridiculous amount of gold for this early on in the game. He's really showing a presence. He has 6 kills, 171 CS. Just doing an absolute great job. Shaco has 1,700 gold in the bank. He might go for a BF sword of sorts, maybe. That's a lot of gold just kind of have hanging around. So I'm interested to see what he's going to be building with that. Maokai has 2,400 gold, so he should really go back and buy something. It looks like he is in base currently, but he might be AFK, or he might just be waiting for his gold for 10 items. He's probably going to finish up that Frozen Heart. And again, red team was able to pick up that dragon once again. Gragas is going to get this blue buff, and this is going to be really dangerous for the red team, because blue buff on Gragas is not something you really should be okay with. Those barrels do so much damage. Ezreal Assault coming out, and the crescendo's a little bit too late coming out from Sona. All the creeps were down. They were tanking it for a little bit, but it did go down before the crescendo actually came out. And I think that might have been a little bit of a waste on their part. Red team is applying a lot of pressure in top lane. It took the inner top tower down to a little bit less than half. It's actually about a third now. And the body slam coming out from Gragas, and the hammer smash coming out from the Jayce. Jayce is going to switch on, but the ignite is going to be able to finish him off with auto attacks from Graves. Wonderful job. And now Taric's just checking forwards in that Baron pit. Gonna eat that sapling, not having any issues. Gonna toss a ward in blue buff just so they know when it spawns next. Although I don't think they'll have really an effective guess because it just recently went down. Gragas did leave out that blue buff, and now Karthus really going in onto that Ezreal, just absolutely tower diving the heck out of him. That sapling is doing a lot of work. I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything. Crescendo is down, and now Karthus just going on with the shock blast. Shaco's coming in, doing as much damage. He gets exhausted, immutes the twist advance with his hallucinate, and now he's just going to go on, do what he can with his clone. It is going to explode onto Taric, not have that many issues, and now the Requiem coming out, going to kill that Maokai. Great job by Karthus. Oh my gosh, and a double kill coming out. Oh my gosh, a triple kill, and now a lot of action going down. Gragas is not going to be fast enough. He got slowed down by Karthus. He's going to keep up with that body slam, so Shock Blast coming out. And a lot of that. Great job by the Gragas, being able to pick that up as a belated quad kill. Oh man, I can just hear the chat go crazy. But great job by the Gragas. Again, he's just absolutely wrecking everybody in this game. Jayce is also quite fed, so he thought he had a chance of putting in enough damage, but unfortunately for him, Gragas was just a little bit too tanky, and he's definitely going to go back after that. He's 2,100 gold, and he's probably going to get really close to finishing off that death cap. Yeah, he picks up the needlessly large rod, and this is a very interesting game because the blue team is 8k gold behind right now, but blue team is proving to be really coordinated when these team fights go. I mean, they're kind of just bringing everybody down really low, which is usually not really that good, but with the amount of Gragas' AP and AoE damage, it's really easy for him to kind of pick up the stragglers, as we just saw in that fight. And again, he's also extremely well farmed and fed when it comes to kills. He's going to throw out a little bit of damage, doing quite a big chunk, and a huge ultimate coming out from Gragas. It's not really going to do much as far as put them down to about half health, and that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure. The cooldown is really low because he does have that Deathfire Grasp as well as blue buff. To kind of lower that cooldown, again, it's up in 20 seconds. Not a huge deal. And a huge minion wave up top from the blue team might take down this tower, but I think they have Shaco there as well as some minions to be able to clean that up without really worrying all that much. And Graves is kind of just solo pushing bottom. I don't know if he's going to push any further than that unless he has some wards, like huge ward coverage. And unfortunately he does not, but Yorick might be coming in for it. Red team is just kind of doing quite a bit of split pushing right now, and that's going to be pretty solid for them. It looks like it seems to be working, and a huge amount of damage coming out from the Gragas. Gragas does get CC'd onto. He uses his body slam to get out there. The Requiem coming out. Gragas is going to try to stay in that ultimate, but Shaco deceives right into that bush, able to pick that up. And the teleport from Yorick coming out. Is he going to go on to Karthus? He actually decides to go on to the squishy Taric without, and he does go down. Now he's going to try to do as much damage as he can. The Shock Blast coming out, killing his clone. Karthus ends up picking up the kill in the end, though, and now it's going to be a 4-for-0 exchange. They might... Oh, no, that's actually a surrender vote. Very unfortunate. Blue team was really doing a lot of work there in the team fights later on, but once the two split pushers decided to converge onto the middle area, where blue team was pushing, it just proved to be a little bit too much. They were split up, so Gragas couldn't really get a good ultimate in there. and when he tried, it was just, hit 3 people, which is great, but there was nobody really there to follow up on the damage. So congratulations to the red team, and GG to the blue team. Again, if you guys like my videos, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have any champions or players that you want to see, make sure to send me an IM or leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll be sure to try to hunt them down for you. Alright, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.